There's a lot of leaves and branches down after the storm last night. We are crossing the Cleddau Bridge from Neyland to Pembroke Dock. Neyland was very pretty. This bridge alone is about a kilometre. Crosses the main river and a little one as well. We've sailed under this bridge.
Oh, that's so nice.
I was so focused on the Pembroke River crossing, I completely forgot there was a castle up here. In my defence, it is Wales. We have more castles per square mile than anywhere else in the world. Very cool. A nice bonus. I completely forgot we were coming out to Pembroke because it's just off the map. One of the reasons today's leg is so long is because we've got another river crossing, so we have to come all the way inland to cross over the Pembroke River to go back out again. But that means there was a bonus coffee stop, so we've had cafes conveniently arranged at about 10-kilometre intervals so far today, which is nice. But that was the last one.
A little door in the steeple.
That's our destination over there, that angle. Hopefully there's a spot at the campsite for us. It's only a few more K to go, but we've done 36K already. So we're probably going to do 46 miles combined today and yesterday. But then that's it for the long days. We're going to slow right down and just do short days. It's getting very late. The sun hasn't got much further to go. So, fingers crossed. We're on a bit of a march now. We made it. So that was about 40K today at the campsite. Bumped into the owner. He's also a long distance walker, wild camper, so it was really cool, and he's put us in this little private area that, you know, you don't normally get into, so we get a nice quiet night's sleep. Cooking tea. So we are very sore, very tired.
Yes.
But it's good to do things that are hard.
Though.
Really, yeah, surprisingly good walk.
It was really good, yeah.
The
interesting things.
Yeah, the industry and the towns and just...
And the history, some of the really old buildings and the forts and the castle and
it's all like hidden.
Yeah.
Hidden away, and there's nobody there because of the industry.
Beautiful as well, middle of nowhere.
Weird. But it's a bit weird, but it's a bit surreal today.
Yeah, it was a bit weird.
What day is it today? Day 8.
Day 9.
Day 9, is it?
Day 9.
Day 9.
Sunday.
Today we're walking from Angle round to Freshwater West. There is an east, that's a couple of days later. And this is it, we're in kind of the home stretch now. The weather is beating the weather forecast. And we're doing okay. And right at the beginning, as soon as we started this, I felt like this was one of the best things I've ever done. And now as we're getting into the last handful of days, this feels like one of the best things I've ever done. It's been really, really good. It's a true challenge because it's a long way. It's harder than I thought and better than I thought. It's a fantastic coastline. There's been so much to see. The There have been all sorts of weathers and long days and short days and different paths and different things to look at.
Lots of up and lots of down.
Lots of up.
And lots of up again.
Lots of up. And it's a true challenge. So a true challenge is when you genuinely don't know whether you're going to complete or not. I thought we should be able to do this fine. I didn't see that many obstacles, but once we started, it did feel like a true challenge, because you might get a blister that stops you, you might twist your ankle, you know, or there are all sorts of things that might go wrong with your kit. So there felt like a real risk of not succeeding. But as we're getting closer towards Amroth, I'm getting more and more confident, and we're going to have a nice gentle day today with plenty of sit downs and coffee and looking at views. Oh, there's a bench. The Angle lifeboat crew just came bombing past us with blue lights flashing, and they've obviously got in the boat and they're off out to deal with something. It was so quick.
That's so cool.
It's a cafe with cannons and a moat.
Cool. Get to go in a fort. Whoop, whoop.
It's a doorstop. Oh, do they?
They could still contain traces of munitions. You had the... gunning placement.
Another gun emplacement, yeah. This is hexagonal.
Almost there.
Got it? Freshwater West. That's the Atlantic out there. So all that swell from the Atlantic ends up here, which makes this a very consistent and really popular surfing beach. It's also huge like some of the other beaches we've seen. We're gonna grab a coffee now. As in, we're gonna have to make a coffee, there's no cafe here. Perfect lunch stop for Kim, because she's gonna be searching for sea glass in all of this for the next couple of hours, which is fine because we're having a short day, so we've got loads of time today. There have just been so many points along this walk where I thought, this is great, this is great. When we like take the kids walk and I take the kids places, there's like a wow rating. Like if we get one wow, like unprompted, you know, we'll just see something amazing and one of the kids will go, wow. for one wow rating. If we get 2 wows, I mean that's a heck of a day out. And this has just been wows all the way along for me. Amazing. Love it.
Really good spot to sit, didn't we?
My platypus has got a leak just right on the edge there. Probably being a bit too brutal with it. It is also 20 years old. These are kind of useful, but I think this is such a pain in the ass in terms of risk of leaks that this might be the last time I use a well, you know, like a bladder system. I might just stick to bottles in future. These are great because they don't slosh, because there's the you know, as you drink it, there's no extra space, the water doesn't slosh around, and they're great because you can keep moving and keep drinking. Whereas bottles, you either kind of have to stop or have it strapped to your bag. But I don't know, there's so many pros and cons. I think I'm just probably not going to buy another one. Yeah, the inside of my bag is soaking. Gupton Farm campsite, a National Trust campsite. For the campsite, if there were campsites like that dotted along the whole path, this would be easy, wouldn't it? That was really nice.
Really would, yeah.
Day 10. Day 10? We're getting onto the Castle Martin firing range today. There's an artillery firing range here. The path is diverted if they are using it for training. And through August, I think they're not. So I think we get to, still a bit of a road walk today. We don't get to go through the whole range, but we kind of, yeah, go through the firing range, get to the coast, walk along the tops of some of the cliffs we used to climb on. And don't touch nothing, right? If you find anything in the ground, don't poke it, because it might go boom.
Definitely find my right focus.
That was a long, boring march through the firing range, but we're at the coast now. Look at this natural formation in Pembrokeshire is so popular. There's a whole viewing platform. Funny enough, bumped into some climbers, one whose daughter is thinking about studying medicine in Swansea. Weird, huh? It's a bit breezy. Have fun. Although we're back by the coast, I think this walk is going to be pretty flat today. Easy, short day, very windy. But these are the big cliffs of Pembrokeshire, big cliffs of South Pembrokeshire that are very popular for climbing. We'll go and see St Goblin's Chapel as well.
That's really cool. Walk out there, look.
And the sun's come out. These are some of the big zones that Pembrokeshire is very famous for. Some stonking big climbs down in these. So this is Huntsman's Leap. What do you reckon? Could you jump a horse over that?
Exactly.
think we're leaving the firing range. This is St Govan's Chapel, built into the cliff. You have to go through this to get down to some of the climbing. Everybody else is here just to see the chapel. There's a car park right at the top, so
Definitely came
bugger all
down here
walking.
to climb, I do remember
Yeah, we
that.
did go around there. That's us for today. Broadhaven South. There's a campsite in the pub over the road, we'll go to that. And tomorrow we'll go across to Stackpole for a second breakfast. And onwards. Bosherston Lily Ponds. Leaving Bosherston campsite, day 11 is it? Day 11. And that storm that we avoided in Milford Haven by staying in a very nice hotel turned out to be a good call. We got a small tent, I'm sure we could have hunkered down and we'd have been okay, but it turns out that anybody with a big tent had a very bad time. Tents got knocked down and people were leaving in the middle of the night. There's stuff everywhere in that campsite. People have just fled the storm. So we've been following these little acorns for 150 miles or something, 160 miles so far. It'll be sad tomorrow to get to the last one and not follow them anymore.
Got a tattoo on the back of my leg.
I forgot what I was doing. We kayaked in that hole. With the wet summer we've had this year, campsites have been really quiet. I think Wales is quieter than it has been for the last couple of years, as people are travelling abroad more. But the weather is going to put you off planning to go camping, isn't it? You'll find something else to do. And then that storm ripping through has cleared out a whole bunch of other people, either before the storm because they didn't want to sit through it very sensibly, or after the storm as it's wrecked tents and what have you. So it's our last night of camping tonight. Fingers crossed we'll get a spot where we plan to at Scrinkle Bay. Getting sand in my shoes. This is Barrafungal Bay. For many people this is their favourite beach in Pembrokeshire. Having walked almost the entire Pembrokeshire coastal path, I would say it's alright. Ooh. At Stackpole Quay you move from the limestone, which gives you those big cliffs, those big arches and those big caves and that really impressive coast, to the red sandstone, which is much softer and it's a beautiful colour, and the ground becomes red as well, a little bit, and the cliffs are more gentle, more broken. We don't have quite that as impressive scenery as we walk towards Freshwater East and Scrinkle Bay and Manabia. After about a week of walking, all your sore contact points are less sore. Everything's firmed up. The blisters, the worn patches of skin have started to heal and toughen up. You pick your rucksack up easily, you put it on, it doesn't hurt. And kind of settled into the way of things after a week. Certainly my rucksack feels lighter. Look at this, the final campsite, and look how much space we got. Super sheltered, super manicured, super well looked after, with this super view. Scrinkle Haven. So that's Church Doors, see the big hole there. Scrinkle Haven is round that fin, so it gets cut off by the tide. That's Scrinkle Haven, Church Doors there. It's day 12, the final day, and it is a very pretty, oh, I can see the Gower. It's a very pretty, but it's a grey and showery morning. There's Coldy Island. I can see the worm. Can you see the worm, Kim? The worm. I can see home. Steady. Yeah. Another firing range. No entry when red flags are flying. No red flags. This is as close as we can get to Coldy Island without a boat. Monks live on Coldy Island. You can visit if you have a boat and pay a landing fee. Denby! Coffee, pastry. Is that Amroth that you see over there? I think that might be the finish over there, so we can see. That was a lot of steps.
Too many steps.
Almost at Saundersfoot. Almost done. I want to complete the path, but I don't want to finish. I'm going to miss the simplicity of just getting up in the morning, walking all day, camping at night, and seeing the world at a walking pace is a fantastic way of seeing the world, isn't it?
Yep.
But oh well, all things have got to come to an end. It will be good to complete it.
Oh, it'd be really cool, yeah.
These are the tunnels linking Wiseman's Bridge and Saundersfoot. Here we go, Wiseman's Bridge. Now if we walk really slowly, maybe the tide will have gone out enough so that we can walk along the beach to Amroth. Otherwise we're going to have to walk over the hill. Tide's in, over the hill then. When we were kids, we used to come to Wiseman's Bridge every year on holiday. And we stayed at Caravan Park on top of this hill. So we walked up and down this path. I don't know how many times between the beach and the Caravan Park.
Laden with beach stuff.
Or drove up and down it with a dinghy strapped to the roof with towels. We've done just over 20 kilometres now. Walking 20 kilometres now after almost 200 miles is dead easy. That's the final hill climbed, I think. On the downward run to Amroth now. Just got to walk through Amroth now to the Pembrokeshire border. I can't believe we've done it. I can't believe it's over. I can't believe we've completed it. So we've walked about 320k, so about 200 miles.
We already walked
further in.
200 miles nearly by yesterday, so...
Oh, it's me. What are we going to do next?
Have a bath.
I was right though. That was one of the best things I've ever done. That was amazing.